La.cooll family, what it do, what it do. So, a few days ago, my bad, I'm jumping right into it. A few days ago, I had posted a video talking about, the basics and the importance of investing and having patience, right? So, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the sweet part about a profile. Okay, so first thing is this. You gotta know how much you want to acquire. You gotta know the difference between loans, credit cards, lines of credit, store cards, like store rewards and, what else? I think that's basically it, like those four that I could really tell you off the top of my head. You gotta know the difference between them simply because those are all different streams of income when it comes to credit. So the thing is, let's say you build your profile. Your profile is built up. You got it up to we're gonna say a 770. We're gonna give it a good score. And your public records is good and everything is, how it should be. When you go apply for a credit card, the first thing you want to do, you want to always look at the cards that have 0 for the annual. Because the thing is, you don't want to be paying an annual fee on a card when they're supposed to be giving you money to use at your dispense. That's kind of backwards. Some people do that because that's a security. Some banks do that because that's like a security thing for them. They want to make sure that, you active and, you without membership. Everybody got their own way of doing things. So that's the first thing I look at. I look at the 0 annual. Then I look at what kind of rewards they offer. So you could offer cash back, cash advance, balance transfer, those pretty much are the ones that I like. So I look for those, and depending on the percentage and depending on the score and the bank that you go with, because it's not a lot of times that everybody, you could just, you can go to any bank when you have a good credit score, but you gotta know what's coming behind it. Because the thing is, you could probably have certain cards that have benefits only for a year. Then after that, you gotta start, the fees go up and stuff like that. So you really gotta pay attention to certain stuff like that. So that's getting, some money off of credit cards. Now loans, when it's time for, let's say, you want to get a house or you want to get a car. Well, not a house. Let's say you want to get an apartment. You get an apartment and you want to get a loan or let's say, we're going to talk about the car. Let's say you get a loan for the car, right? When they pull your credit, they pulling for the last 24 months. They're looking at your history for the last 24 months. So the thing is, that's the reason why I mentioned, investing and putting time into your profile, because once you build it up, you gotta build it up and you gotta be able to build it up quick with knowing certain things to do. It's certain, I don't want to say hacks. It's like, how can I put this? It's like easy runarounds, I'll say. Easy runarounds. So the thing is, it's a lot of things you can do to have that 2-year, line of history reporting to your credit, because It's a lot of tips and tricks that people don't show, people don't tell. You got to really do your research on it. So my thing is, after learning a few things that I've learned how to build a profile within 3 to 4 weeks. Like if I really take my time, it'll take me 3 to 4 weeks to finish. 2 to 3 weeks if it's something that I'm getting done, you know, maybe putting a trade line and a primary on there. But if I'm really trying to build it and, you know, have the public records, the history, like, you know, have it on point, then, you know, I take my time, and it'll take me about a month. I'd say about that. So the thing is, with that being said, it's like this. Once you decide what you want to do with your profile, then you can move. So have that plan, then attack, pretty much. Now with lines of credit, you can get line of credit through store cards, store memberships. You can, you know, stuff like that. And depending on the score, depending on your relationship with certain banks and with the bureaus, and, you know, if you're keeping up with your profile, they're gonna be willing to give you at least 10,000, at least starting up. Now, one thing that I don't know if a lot of you know about is getting increases on the cards that you have. So a lot of times people always feel like, you know, they want to increase, but they don't know when to really get, you know, when to apply or when to ask for the increase. So put it this way, the way credit works, they lenient in the beginning. So what they'll do, they'll tell you, you know, pay your first 5 or 6 months straight, and you'll automatically get an advance, right? So here's a trick to that. As far as, you know, getting that increase, you'll get that increase, but they won't give you as much if you're not spending a certain amount, right? So they tell you spend 30% of whatever the limit is. Okay, cool. Or they tell you, you know, if it's, you know, somebody that really has their credit already on point and they either rebuilding or they just improving, you know, they'll use maybe no more than like 6 to 10%, I believe. So let's say you within that range, between that. So the trick is to actually use your card. You max it up, but you pay it down before the due date. Because the thing is, if they could see that you got, okay, put it this way. Let's say you got a card that has $2,500 on it, and you max it out, right? For the month, you max it out. And you turn around and you pay it down. You keep paying it down, you know, week after week. You have it all the way down until that due date comes, when it's really time to make that payment, right? So once you do that, they're gonna look at it as, okay, you know what? He uses his card and he pay it back on time payments, and he keeps it up. He maxes it out and he keeps it up. So the thing is, we're gonna wanna give him more money, because once he spend it, he gonna pay it all back. So now that 2,500 gonna turn into 10,000. It'll turn into 10,000 because they gonna trust you. You've been making them payments on time. You make your payments on time, they ain't got no problem with you. So that's the thing, like, you get increases quick. So that's why I say you could really run up 100,000. Like, you can run up 100,000 off of one profile. So imagine what you could do if you have a business as well. Business funding is even easier to get, and it's easier to set up. So the thing is, you can get it both ways. So now, with that being said, if I was to tell y'all that you could get 100K in a matter of a year, in credit. Would y'all believe me? A lot of you might not. Some of you might be thinking about it, and some of you may be like, yeah, because you already know. Simply because it's the way you acquire this money. This is free money. That's the thing. That's what credit is. Credit is free money. So don't ever get it twisted and think that, you just not, like, you can't make no type of money. You really don't have to start with that much to really boost and get what you need to get started. You just need to be able to have something to, cover the expenses that you're going to spend using your credit. That's all it is. So, with that being said, let's wrap it up. So basically, you can make at least 100K in a year doing the right thing with credit. That's off of personal credit. I get the business credit in the next video. So I'm gonna leave y'all with this. If there is anything that you need done on your profile, or if there's anybody that needs a profile made, or if there's anybody that just need any type of information, contact me. My information gonna be in the description below. So, cool family, I love y'all, and I'm out. Peace.